We just got a brand new trailer for an Elden Ring spin-off multiplayer game. Yes, you heard that correctly. An Elden Ring spin-off multiplayer game called Elden Ring NightReign. This was a trailer that was released yesterday and was revealed at the Game Awards last night. I think this caught everybody off guard because I don't think anybody was expecting any new Elden Ring content or any new content from software for a little while, at least maybe until next year, maybe mid next year, because we just got Shadow of the Erdtree at the beginning of this year. So I don't think anybody was expecting this. This definitely caught everybody off guard. But let's get into some of the details as to what this game actually is. So Elden Ring NightReign is a 3-player co-op multiplayer game. Now, this is not your traditional Souls game where you're going to be able to customize your character and go out into the world and explore and do your dungeons and level up your character with the runes and stuff like that. It is kind of based off of that, but this is not another Elden Ring solo single-player expansion or anything like that. This is not Shadow of the Erdtree 2 or anything. This is not even Elden Ring 2. This is a spin-off game based in the world of Elden Ring. God, that looks so crazy. But anyways, what that means is that essentially, this game is going to be focusing on obviously the action aspect of the actual games, the combat, the boss battles, the dungeon crawling and all that. But it is a co-op survival game. So this is not going to be your traditional Souls. Basically, the way that they've explained it as to what exactly you're going to be doing in this game is you and 2 other buddies, which, by the way, you can play by yourself if you want. You don't have to play with 2 other people. You can definitely play by yourself. But you and 2 other, dude, what the heck? Why is the Nameless King here? Anyways, basically, you and 2 other buddies are gonna be, loading up a multiplayer session. This is what you can expect whenever you jump into a game. You can load up a multiplayer session. There is 8 classes to choose from. Now, whether or not those classes are customizable, I'm not entirely sure. Whether you can, change their outfits or change their certain weapons that they have to match their class, I don't know. But basically, there's 8 classes to choose from, 8 different heroes, and you're going to be, obviously, when you choose your hero, that's who you're going to be in that multiplayer session at the time. This multiplayer session is going to jump you into a map which is going to be kind of like a twisted version of Limgrave, or a different version of Limgrave, which is the first starting area in, the original Elden Ring game. So, this is basically like a different version of Limgrave. You're going to be jumped in there with your 2 homies. You can basically explore the actual map. There's going to be mini dungeons, chests to find. However, at night, obviously, as you can see here, when it turns into nighttime, that's when the big main bosses are going to come out. And basically what you and your homies are going to be doing is preparing for that main boss. You have to explore to level up, explore to get different weapons, explore to get different things to prepare yourself for that battle. And if you die, you get sent back to the lobby. There is a revive feature as long as one of the team members stays alive, but if you die, you get sent back to the lobby and you have to restart all over again. It definitely sounds like a roguelike system that is going to be added on here, where you got to jump into a match, get as far as you can, and then if you die, you get sent back to the lobby and you have to restart again. It does not save your progress as to how far you progressed. The good thing is that every time that you jump into a multiplayer session, it is going to be different. The enemies are going to be different. The dungeons are going to be different. There's going to be mini dungeons that you and your homies got to figure out, and they're procedurally generated, so they are going to be different every time you jump in. The bosses are also going to be different as well. The bosses are not all going to be the same boss that you fight. So every time you jump into a multiplayer session, you're not guaranteed that you're going to fight the same boss that you fought, an hour ago, right? The traversal is crazy too. Like, what the hell is this, dude? The movement is wild. That's literally Sekiro right there. But anyways, we're going to be jumping into more and more of the details as the director of the game did do an interview recently. I got it translated. I got to read through it and see exactly what for sure, some of these elements are going to entail. But anyways, man, I just wanted to cover what it is with you guys. This is not a Souls-like standalone game. This is not Elden Ring 2. It is a multiplayer spinoff, and I want y'all to limit your expectations, because I don't want y'all to get excited for it and then get closer to the game and then it not be what you expected it to be. Now, that's not to say that this is not exciting. I mean, I am freaking excited for this, man. I think this is From Software's version of attacking like a co-op multiplayer, kind of genre or whatever, especially with that roguelike element and all that stuff. And I am freaking excited for this, man. I cannot wait. I mean, more Elden Ring content, man. Who is going to say no to more Elden Ring content? You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I want to cover as well before we go for today's video. This is not being directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, obviously the director of Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, and all that. This is being directed by a new director in From Software. He's basically just taking a crack at being a game director. And yeah, man, this is his vision of the game in the Elden Ring universe. Obviously, Miyazaki had to have signed off on it, because Miyazaki is the president of From Software. He had to have known this was happening. He had to have signed off on it. He had to have given his blessing to this director and say, yes, let's move forward with this. Let's do a multiplayer spinoff for Elden Ring. So if Miyazaki trusts it, man, I'm gonna trust it too, man, because like I said, man, Miyazaki has never fumbled the bag, bro. He's never released a shitty game. If he trusts a director to release this type of game and this style of game, I trust that dude too. So I'm excited, man. We're going to be covering more details about this game over the next few days and the next few weeks, obviously until the release. And I look forward to it, man. So see y'all later.